All right.
I mean, it's the Master System. You're probably gonna regret as soon as you see it again.
I don't care. I still love it. Master
Uh,
System is good. Damn it.
it is. It is. Sadly, we won't be playing any good games. Hello, everybody. Mike should be audible. Um, so hello, we're doing Master System games again. This time we're doing it Master System ports, and I'm joined here by the Retro Pals, Alex and Danny. Hello.
Hi, I'm Danny Retropal.
And I'm Alex Retropal, and together we're the Retro Pals.
Terrible intro.
That's absolutely awful. Can we start over?
Yeah, sure. Let me go back to the previous
Okay.
screen.
No.
Okay.
We're the Retropals, and we're here to blow your socks off with gaming.
Uh-huh.
There, that's a much better intro.
Yeah,
There we
your
go.
socks are gone, everybody. They are just impounded. Along with your car.
Yeah, we're taking your car. Cool.
Speaking of cars, how about those Mega Drive games? So today's stream idea is basically the Mega Drive is out, but you're stuck with your Master System, and your mom obviously doesn't want to buy you a new Sega because your old Sega is working. So why do you need a new Sega? But the kids at school, they don't understand that. So if we're not buying the latest games and playing the latest Mega Drive games or Genesis games, they're just gonna hate us and bully us and make us feel guilty. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna buy a bunch of Mega Drive / arcade ports, and we're gonna pretend we have the real game and see how long we can get away with that.
Fake it till you make it.
Exactly. So basically, after every port, we're just gonna see how easy it would be to pretend you actually play the real thing. And we're gonna start.
Cool.
Gonna start with the pack-in title, the one which everybody had when the Mega Drive released. That is Altered Beast.
Right off the bat, just diving right into the deep end. Good.
Oh man, so I actually had access to this as a kid. Oh god, that already looks like garbage.
Oh my god.
So I had access to this as a kid. I never managed to beat it. I got to the last level, but it is like obnoxiously difficult.
That's further than I've heard anyone ever getting in this port.
I command you to rise from your grave. Oh wow.
Yeah, gotta be text, no voice.
Yeah, so that's the first thing. If anybody at school says "wise from your grave," we won't understand what they mean. Anyway, we have a kick button, we have a punch button. We don't have a jump button. Jumping is 2 buttons at once, and then we mess up if this happens. And if you want to jump... Oh god, there's so many enemies. I won't be demonstrating anything. If you want to jump high, it's up plus 2 buttons.
Plus both buttons.
Oh my god.
You know, this is the one case where the Amiga up to jump would make more sense than having to push both buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Because whenever you jump in this game, you also want to attack, because that's how it works. Wow, you get big quick in this version.
Wow.
Yeah, it skips one whole step, I think. So if you want to kill enemies high up, you have to, like, do, like, a triple button combo.
Oh, your character is so much bigger than everyone else.
He's huge, but he's got that tiny head.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like he's picking on all these tiny monsters.
Yeah, but look at how small his head is. I'm sorry. It's like...
It's kind of like that in the original, to be fair.
That's fair. It's
Yeah.
fair. But it's so... Also, the music kind of sounds like a dirge.
You have arrived just in time to watch me die.
This is true. Anyway, let's see if I can actually... Oh, I actually got it on my first try. When it
Those
was...
tiny dogs.
Hey, what's up? I'm the Wolfman.
Alright, well, as long as you can be beasts, I guess they got the core of the gameplay.
Well, that's one thing they can... So they skipped the most fun one, obviously, so there's no bear stage in this version of the game.
Oh, what a rip.
Wow.
Alright, so I didn't know there was a bear until, like, a decade later. Then again,
Crying shit.
then again, I don't think anybody ever finished, like, the second stage of this game. Like, even on the Mega Drive version.
I tried once in this version and I never got very far. Now me, I had the Genesis when it was new. I got it that Christmas, so I played a lot of Altered Beast. And this is not Altered Beast.
Well, it's definitely altered, but not in a good way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so if you fight the boss, it all goes like super dark.
Oh yeah, can't have a background. Gotta have those big sprites.
Oh god, I can't even remember what the gimmick was with this.
Now at the time, the Genesis / Mega Drive one actually was a really good port. It had basically the same gameplay. It added parallax scrolling. Technically better than the arcade in some ways. And then they put it on Master System. And they tried. They tried so hard.
I also,
so silent.
yeah, I like the dead silence.
I like the way the boss wiggles back and forth.
Oh my god.
I think that's like an HP indicator. Like the more he wiggles, the less health he has.
The wiggle meter, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Wiggle processing.
Fanboy Master says the power of raw background tiles. Is that how they did it? I know that's what they did for the Golden Axe on Master System. It wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, we have a new getup now. Yeah, it's like really weird. Like when you game over in this game, like the game over message is centered, but then becomes like a background tile. So like as the level continues scrolling, it just goes off center.
It just scrolls by. Yeah, this has got to be an all background tiles kind of thing. Yeah, you can kind of tell with the jerky movement. That's kind of a hallmark of that approach. But it lets you get big chunky characters on the screen. So the game looks great in screenshots.
That's what sold me on this, the screenshots. Look at the back of the package.
Mm-hmm. Huge characters.
I like that they still have like the voice samples for something, just not the Rise from Your Grave and the Welcome to Your Doom parts. Are the ones that actually
that's
matter.
the most important part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, hitting these is like a nightmare. Yep.
I don't know if it's the Master System that's just making his head look just so small from the other. I'm sorry, I need to get over it, but it's so tiny.
You try gaining all that muscle mass in like a second.
Okay, you're right. Okay, listen.
Head mass is the hardest to get.
Listen,
You can't exercise your head.
yes, you can, and you can't. This is what happens when you skip head day. You look like this. It's awful. Like Brock Lesnar syndrome. He never does. He's like, oh, I don't need it. I can skip leg day, head day. He always skips ear day. His ears are so. Oh, I forgot you could turn into a dragon in this game.
Yeah, you're a cool dragon in this one.
Yeah, in this one you don't have an electric field, you just glow. So if somebody touches you while you're glowing, they get messed up.
You don't want to touch me when I'm glowing.
Yeah, apparently there are no credits for this on Moby Games, so nobody made this. This
No one
was,
wants to take credit for this.
Well, do you blame?
No.
It's made by Sega, that's just it. Just Sega.
Yeah, someone at Sega did it.
Sega's Z team.
It's just the janitor.
Yeah. Whoever was at work that day.
So this one has like a quick kill gimmick, which I'm probably gonna fail. Well, he killed me quickly.
Yeah, I know this quick kill works on the Genesis version.
It works because you actually have like an electric field around you, so I don't think it actually works on this one.
Yeah, here you got no range. Zillion points out the NES games also did the background tiles trick. I think that was... For a lot of games, they did that when they needed a whole bunch of moving sprites. Like, I know Gauntlet did that, and that made sense. The Master System, though, it always felt like they did it in service of just really huge characters. And the jerkiness of the animation really gives it a ZX Spectrum kind of look.
God, it does. Yeah.
He's wiggling.
Oh, he's wiggling. He's wiggling a lot.
Yeah, Blab, pretty sure the character sprite is also background tiles. But that's how they did it in Golden Axe, too.
There we go. So I think the third stage is supposed to be the bear, but this one is just the tiger stage or panther stage. I can't even remember what it is. The cat stage.
Yeah, I think it's the tiger stage. Stage 3, bear aside, honestly kind of sucks because it's the only level with bottomless pits.
Yeah.
So it's kind of good they eliminated the level, but they had to throw out the bear too.
You can't do that. You need that bear.
I feel like in later years the bear has become more of a mascot than the actual wolf. Like I see it more in artwork and promos.
Yeah, everyone always draws that bear with that that kung fu pose.
I love that pose,
That
though.
bear is always ready for action.
It's a reliable bear.
But he never punches anyone, is the thing. He's got this breath that turns you into stone, and he can spin. He
That's-
never actually punches anyone.
So here's the game over thing that I mentioned. It just like creates a tile there and
Yeah,
just leaves it.
scrolling slowly across the screen.
Okay, we're gonna stop there. I feel that is enough of Altered Beast for a lifetime.
Well, congrats for getting further in that game than I've ever seen anyone get.
Yeah, I can't remember. I mean, it's basically like even if you learn all enemy possessions in the fourth stage, they just place them so many of them, it's impossible to survive. But anyway, now we're gonna move to the next thing, which is also a beat 'em up, originally arcades, and that is. Actually, before we go, how long do you think we could get away with lying to everybody about Altered Beast?
Well, it hit the major points. You could say like, oh yeah, it was cool to kick those dogs and collect the power-ups and get real big muscles. Like you could trick everyone from there.
Yeah.
But not knowing the sound clip of "Rise from Your Grave," that would really
And you wouldn't
get
have the
you.
context for the bear. That would be a dead giveaway. Like all anyone could talk about would be the bear, and you'd be like, "What bear?"
There's no bear.
And instantly you're found out.
Yeah. It's not too long, but maybe a few days
Yeah.
when everybody stops playing it. Let's move to Alien Storm. Not super familiar with the Mega Drive version of this, aside from just punch aliens. But anyway, so this is a game where you can usually play the three prime genders: man, machine, and woman. But we're kind of missing one here.
But it's just man and robot.
Yeah, just man and
Oh
robot.
no, that's terrible.
I'll be the robot. I don't really know the difference between normal and hard. We're just gonna do normal. Because assume it's too difficult otherwise.
At this game, I never played the arcade version, but I did rent the Genesis Mega Drive version back when it was new, and I played all the way through it. It's pretty much Golden Axe, but reskinned where you're just using a bunch of laser weapons.
Yeah, I never really liked the energy system in this game. It was kind of like, why would you stop me from shooting stuff?
Yeah, I don't like that at all. Yeah, if you see at the bottom, for anyone unfamiliar with the game, once your energy meter runs out, you're just stuck with, like, hitting dudes with your gun, like the butt of it.
Yeah.
It really limits the amount of fun you can have once you run out.
So these enemies in the Mega Drive version, they were kind of like you'd have barrels in the backdrop, and you wouldn't know which were aliens and which were backdrop. Not in this game. In this game, everything is an alien because they don't have like memory for backdrops.
They just walk on screen and it's like, I'm a trash can. That was a cool part of the arcade and Genesis one, because, yeah, just elements that blend into the background, suddenly you're fighting them. It's a pretty neat game, I kind of like it. No idea about this version, though.
Yeah, it looks a little janky.
I think like aligning with the enemies is probably the hardest part. But it doesn't really have like that fast combo system that Alien Storm had, like where you just like mash the button and they switch between 5 different attacks. Here's just like, oh, I'm gonna do one of 5 things when I hit an enemy and that's it.
Yeah, this seems much more slower and more limited. Oh, does it keep the first-person segments?
Yep.
It does, wow. That's actually pretty impressive.
Oh no, they've invaded the Sega grocery store.
I always like these parts because of the destructible backgrounds, and they kept that, so that's good.
That's
is very
really
good.
cool.
These always struck me as kind of a weird addition to the game. They don't feel very connected to the beat 'em up parts, but they still break up the gameplay, and they're pretty fun.
Yeah.
You're destroying so many cans. That is just.
Well, you have to destroy
No.
You have to destroy things because you can get the, I think, health and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's power-ups hidden.
But think of all that wasted Campbell's chunky soup. Come on.
But what if that soup is an alien?
True.
This soup is an alien, and this soup is an alien. No, sorry, you're gonna have to destroy all your soup.
It's clam chowder. You gotta go. You've gotta fucking go.
Save the grocery store by shooting it to rubble. Makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
No, just say it was
We're
aliens.
helping you. Yeah, it was aliens. I mean, technically it is their fault, so, you know.
We got some life there. So the only like bad part about this segment is if you aren't aware when those like yellow ones jump out to hit you, you're not gonna catch them. They're just moving too fast and hit you back.
Oh, hey, you did get that power up. Okay.
Man, it's just impressive that they tried, you know? Oh, they even keep the big dudes.
I love that big dude. You know, I feel bad for him. He came in, heard there was a really big sale on, you know, beef stew, and, well...
The aliens published that ad. They were trying to get you into the store.
I love the big guy because like if you don't kill him, he just walks away and the mission ends.
You know, that's fair.
One thing I liked about the Genesis one is the interstitials when they brought up the mission. It was all like Mission 2, and it would show like aliens just like beating up on humans. The one image I really liked was like this little punk alien just on a house, just like chewing it.
Oh my god! Oh my god, Danny showed me that after the stream.
It's neat, yeah. Aliens in this game are little bastards.
I love that. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that makes me so happy.
I think
also just... I just love the idea of just chewing on that.
yeah, all the alien like all the levels are kind of framed as these like pulp sci-fi movies. Like it always looks like a movie intro.
Just imagine getting roof damage from a little goblin chewing on your roof and having to tell your landlord about it. And they're like, oh, they're like, yes, it was a goblin. Yeah.
And your insurance is like, oh, act of God, nothing we can do.
Act of goblin.
Act of goblin, yeah.
So we do get 3 credits for this. But I think it starts off, yeah, at the start of the segment. Let's try one more life. Also, I do not believe this supports 2 players, which is another big difference from the Mega Drive one.
Oh, that's a shame.
So there's also like Desperation move, where we just blow up and then hit everything.
And it takes off a ton of energy.
Oh no.
This looks better than Altered Beast. This looks semi-playable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think like the only part is like it's very specific where you need to be standing to actually hit somebody, but other than that, it's fine.
Yeah.
Just gotta take it slow.
Well, now are the aliens at the museum? Are they trying to take our culture?
Oh no, they're gonna gnaw on the Mona Lisa and some shit.
I'll teach you to appreciate art.
What if they all came to Earth just to admire our beautiful art, and here we are just killing them, and they're just like, they're not throwing stuff at us is how they say howdy, and then they just, you know.
We just love your art, and as a coincidence, we think your buildings are delicious.
They're just tasty.
No, I feel like they came here for the art, but then they decided to invade when they saw the anime. They were like, no, this can't stand.
We gotta fix things here on Earth.
The aliens went online and they're like, absolutely not! No, you're done for. You're dead. You're dead.
Oh yeah, this soundtrack does not do justice to the original, as people are pointing out in the chat.
No, it's no
Yeah,
good.
the original soundtrack actually was very percussive and kind of like hard-edged. This, it doesn't come across here.
This one's just taking it easy. Okay, I feel like we get the idea here. So what do you think, Danny and Alex? How long will we get away with lying about this one?
I think you could get away with it better than Altered Beast anyway. Just be like, yeah, you run to the right, you shoot aliens, they're all kind of weird looking.
The energy system is annoying, nobody likes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then if you try to bring up any of the details, like the aliens chewing on buildings, you're just like, no. People are going to be like, oh, wasn't that cutscene where the aliens are like punching that kid? Wasn't that great? And then you're like, no. What
Like,
cutscenes?
There were no cutscenes. Stop lying.
It's hard out here for Master System kids.
It really
Yeah.
is.
Just gonna get bullied. It's like basically today they bully for Fortnite cosmetics, back then for Master System.
You've got that default Master System skin. Should have got more V-Bucks. Oh, now here we go. This is the game.
Yeah, now this is Castle of Illusion. I think this is like actually the only version of Castle of Illusion I'm familiar with.
Genesis one's great. It's also entirely different. That famous Disney setting of Vera City.
Hey, life is like a hurricane here in Vera City. Race cars, lasers, witch Mirabelle, Miserabelle.
They got some unique art for this original cutscene here. Same story though.
That looks good.
Somebody saying bear hovering precariously over Chuck Rock. I actually had access to Chuck Rock as a kid for the Master System. I never want to play it again.
Well, good news. Everyone had access to Chuck Rock. It was on every system.
Chuck Rock was so unavoidable. What? I'm glad to know they were unavoidable and not just in America too. That also saddens me. Chuck Rock is a curse put upon us all.
That
Yeah,
caveman lobby. Always pushing for more Chuck Rock.
and for some reason there's like a sequel to it.
The sequel's good. Doesn't justify Chuck Rock though.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with normal. Just gonna assume that's the intended way.
Yeah, if it's like the Genesis one, practice only gives you 3 levels.
Okay, 7 gems, 3 gems, just gems, collect gems.
Okay. I like that little minimalist wizard. He looked good. 2 dots, beard in a row. What else do you need to define a wizard?
That's all you need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Fanboy Master. I've actually heard some people prefer this to the Genesis one.
Yeah, so you can like,
Seems really solid.
yeah, you can pick so any of the 3 levels. I'm just gonna go with the first one. This isn't really an indicator of what's what. So basically, jump, and if you jump and press the other button, then he does the butt stomp, which is the only way to actually hurt people. I actually don't know. Is this how the Mega Drive version starts?
It starts in a forest with this music, but everything else is different, like the level design and the fact that you can pick up stuff in this version. Oh, and you can slide down hills in this one, too.
Oh, hey.
It really is kind of like an alternate universe 8-bit version of the Genesis one. It's not a direct port, they just went their own way with it.
Oh man, Kefki in chat mentions that this version has an awesome dragon boss fight that's not in the Mega Drive version. So that's one huge point towards this
Alright,
game.
points for that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that Mickey's butt is strong enough to destroy stone.
He has one of the strongest asses in all media, let's just be honest.
It's got some metal plate protecting it or something.
Mm-hmm. That's why he can never go out of copyright, because, you know, his ass is too strong. Colonel, I'd love to go out of copyright, but my ass is dummy thick, and I keep clapping when I go to the office.
Thanks, Alex.
You're
Oh shit, that was death. I thought it was another screen. No, Alex, it's fine.
yeah, Fanboy Master. I am getting I am getting a DuckTales vibe from this. Don't know why.
Maybe this was more specifically inspired by DuckTales. Yeah, because you go underground right away in the first level, and... I really wonder about this game. Like, it had to have had an entirely different team just working from the same, structure, the same foundation. Oh, you can pick up stuff, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I think I messed up.
It's not that it's too heavy.
I think it's because it's 2 stone, so I need to like go back and have it respawn. Also, there's a little nice "oh, I'm gonna fall" animation.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh yeah, Prince of Redaction says Asterix and the Secret Mission is similar to this. Yeah, that was also an internal Sega product that, when I think of it, was very similar to this. one also seems to be more open-ended, or at least it makes you go underground and to the left, whereas the Genesis one was mostly straight up left to right.
Yeah, I only like checked out before the stream like 2 levels. That's another one, and the other one I checked out was just a straight up auto scroller. So it might vary from level to level.
Mm.
Right, here comes the hardest part of the game because you have to like jump, bounce, and then fall on the platform.
That's a tough jump.
That looked really hard.
This game was honestly a nice surprise to me when I first found out about it, you know, considering the quality of other Genesis ports. And the Genesis one I really like, so finding out it had a different but also good one on Master System was nice to see.
I think the beats are similar, like I said, like there's a forest, there's a Candyland and stuff like that. It's just like completely different levels.
Mm-hmm. Almost like they were following the same, like, pre-production design document and just went about it their own way. That's really the way to do it, because you end up with something that actually suits the system, instead of Altered Beast.
Was this a
That
boss
was
fight?
good.
It's the Tasmanian
I was
Devil.
gonna say it's it's just a tree. It's just one of the trees from, oh god, what was that one Disney cartoon, Silly Symphony? It's called like Flowers and Trees, where a bunch of flowers and trees.
Was it just called Flowers and Trees?
You know what? Let me look it up. I'm pretty sure it was just called Flowers and Trees. Hold on. Won an Academy Award, and it was just a bunch of flowers and trees, like.
Oh, you're right,
thing.
Blab. Actually, it was called Mortal Kombat 2.
You're right.
Famous Disney classic.
Wow, just looking at flowers and trees on Google does not give me the results?
And this boss is rude. Oh, nope.
Yep, it was
Oh.
just called Flowers and Trees from 1932.
Cool.
It was about a bunch of horny trees dancing with each other.
I didn't know that part.
Well, I mean, it's a 1930s cartoon.
Okay, true.
Sorry, I mean it was called Mortal Kombat 2. Apologies.
And we must be brave and smart to save Melee, so we're gonna try again with a different level. Maybe that's a
Man, I'm
smarter
neither
choice.
of those.
It's kind of insulting. Like, what was I doing wrong? Oh, I needed to be brave and smart.
I guess I'm a cowardly idiot. Damn. Mickey, the cowardly idiot who can't save his girl.
And yes, the first 3 Mortal Kombat games are on the Master System. They're terrible.
Mm-hmm.
They have like 0 redeeming qualities. There's also Street Fighter 2 on the Master System.
How?
Brazil.
Yeah,
There you
Tectoy. All on Tectoy.
Okay, so
It's kind of amazing MK3 even exists on Master System, but that's probably the worst of all.
the hot taste for Mortal Kombat continue, I see.
Mm-hmm.
It's what we're most famous for.
There's also a Virtua Fighter for the Master System based on the anime of all things.
The Virtua Fighter anime. Just dredging up all kinds of memories today. Hell, there was a Panzer Dragoon for the Game Gear.
Oh, right, yeah.
Excuse me?
Uh-huh.
It was
That
not
could have
particularly.
become a Master System game. Hell, it still could. Let's lobby Tectoy.
Is Tectoy still around?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
They have like all,
Tectoy, do this.
they have like all the money. There's actually a really good video from Drew's channel on his YouTube channel where he goes to Brazil and they talk about all the Master Systems and all these general systems they have, like the bootleg stuff, how it worked.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
And from what I understand, like from talking to people who live in Brazil, like yeah, they still sell Master Systems there.
Yeah, it's still a thing. They still have their Sega production plant active in Brazil, which is a hell of a thing to think about.
I mean, it's a good system. I mean, I don't blame them for not, for, you know, for still manufacturing it.
Yeah, these days they mostly just do the plug-and-play thing, which makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
But for a while, they were still making actual Master Systems. It's mostly because it was affordable over there. Like, the other systems that have to be imported are like thousands of dollars, while the Master System at the same time was like $50.
You're right. Yes, we are saying, Blab, that Sega is still in the hardware game.
Uh-huh. If only just barely.
I mean, they are doing the Mega Drive Mini, so I guess that still counts.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that thing that's coming out next month.
That makes a lot of sense that they were doing that, especially if they're used to doing plug and plays. Okay.
Hey, maybe if it succeeds, they'll make the Dreamcast too. So everyone buy a Mega Drive Mini.
I don't know why I'm just Dreamcast 2, and everybody just starts screaming.
I'd scream.
Well, I mean, I would too. I
Th-
scream, you scream, we all scream for Dreamcast 2.
This level structure is really weird because, like, on the left there was a dead end for bonus stuff, and this is where you're actually meant to go.
Yeah, that's something that's an element that wasn't in the Genesis version at all. It was much more linear. Also, you didn't get increases to your maximum hit points like you do in this one, but it also started you off with 5 hit points. You could make the argument that this is more complex than the Genesis one, because you're like picking up and throwing stuff.
Yeah, the
Genesis
thinking
one,
man's,
you only had your butt.
Yeah, the thinking man's Mickey.
Yeah.
Oh wow, an actual puzzle.
Oh my god, a Switch puzzle.
Oh man. Mickey.
Mickey, welcome to the next generation. Yeah, Zarky, I suppose Xbox works as a Dreamcast successor, considering Sega moved over there and made a bunch of sequels for it.
I think like one of the discussions that were on the table was to actually make Dreamcast games work with the Xbox, but they never went through with that.
Ah,
A shame.
Okay, so Butt Stomp doesn't actually work on that.
this level's real different in this version. Like, all the level gimmicks are like entirely original. In the Genesis one, you were just like going down to up or left to right, fighting toy soldiers and stuff.
Yeah, this game seems to have more puzzles, which, I mean, that's cool.
I guess you have to be brave and smart in this game.
It's true. Fanboy Master saying, buying an Xbox for Gun Valkyrie. Well, yeah, I bought it for that, and Jet Set Radio Future, and Panzer Dragoon. And no regrets, because those games were great. Gun Valkyrie's impossible to control, though.
Look at that tiny monkey. Aw, it's dead now.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, that little 8x8 sprite.
I love him.
It's so tiny.
And now it's dead again.
It is weird that Jet Set Radio Future isn't available anywhere right now. Like, that was a good game that people would like to play.
It really was.
I remember a lot of discussion around it lately is just like, oh, did you know Xbox emulation is a thing now? You can play Jet Set Radio Future. Like, people are that desperate that they're waiting for an Xbox emulator to work when, you know, it could just be viable.
Don't worry, they'll just re-release like Sonic Adventure 1 yet again.
Yeah, whatever's easiest.
Oh, what a fake floor!
That's bullshit.
Mickey, that's bullshit.
Mickey, fuck off.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No amount of thinking will save you from that.
Mm-mm. Mickey's trick.
Mickey.
Oh, damn it.
No!
I really like the butt sliding down hills, especially because it gives you more momentum. That's a really neat gimmick, I think.
Well, it's just like real life.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
was actually watching a thing about Xbox emulation today. Like, the first game they got working was Turok Evolution.
Wow.
And that was mostly because, like, they were just trying to simulate the XDK or whatever controls the Xbox thing, and, like, for almost every game it doesn't work. It's all like, what are you trying to do? This game's not going to work. And Turok is just such a simple game, I guess, that it's just like, oh yeah, this is an Xbox.
Oh no, they can't be stopped. My butt isn't powerful enough for that.
Mouse ears. Mickey, you're so commercial.
Oh, gotta get paid.
Oops.
Subscribe to Mickey on Twitch.
I was gonna say, this episode brought to you by Dollar Shave Club.
Or
The
no.
idea of Mickey having to shave. I didn't want to think about that.
He shaves his ass.
No,
I
no,
had to go there.
I'm sorry.
now the latest thing is Raid, the mobile game with far better graphics than any other mobile game. That's the latest big
I thought
commercial
it
thing.
Isn't it also like Manscaped, where you like...
Let's not even.
Okay, fair enough. We will not talk shaping.
We haven't locked down that promotional offer that all the YouTubers are in now.
I'm saying, giant corporations pay us money, and we will denigrate your brand on air.
I mean, yeah, I'd totally sell out. There's this one soda brand I really wanted to sponsor me, and it's like I didn't even want money. I just wanted you to give me like the label, which was like a Lemonade, which was like lemonade but with Lennon. That's about it.
Oh, I've seen that around. Yeah.
But they never responded to my inquiry.
Boo.
Hell, I just take a year of free soda.
Yeah, just drink it on stream.
Do you think we could get HEB to sponsor us?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Like,
Yeah, local chain.
yeah, like Whataburger's lost cause since they got bought out by whatever, so it's a shame. But I'm just saying, HEB, we eat your food a lot. We like constantly eat your food.
that's a great promotional slogan.
HEB, we eat your food.
Please give us food, we're starving. Oh, it's been a key puzzle. There's everything in this game. Okay, let's see.
This game basically invented modern video games.
I'd say so too. Like when you read like, oh, how did you get inspired to make Uncharted? And they're like, oh yeah, so I had the Master System and I had this like small game called Castle of Illusion.
A second late, you would have fit nicely into a sandwich.
Thank you for the bits, DHA Luxario.
Oh, good food, thank you.
Finally, we can eat. I'll send you your bits, share.
Thank you.
I accept my bits in the form of cupcakes.
Anyway, I think we've seen what this game has to offer, so we can move on to the next thing. What do you think of this one?
That is the best so far, like, easily. And weirdly enough, I think you could get away with telling the kids at school about it too, because it basically follows the structure of Genesis Castle of Illusion. You could just be like, yeah, you're in the forest, butt bouncing on things. What's not to love? They would know if you started talking about picking up stuff and setting off switches, though.
Yeah, they'd be like, what are you talking about? You just like butt stomp everything. It's like Mario, and you're like, no, it's like Mario 2. You know, Doki Doki Panic. But anyway, time to go for the next one. So, are you ready for?
Here we go.
Ready for Brazilian Dynamite Heady?
I am not familiar with this version, so I'm curious to see what this is like.
I have never played a Dynamite Heady game, so I have no clue what this is even supposed to look like.
Dynamite Heady on Genesis is secretly one of the best Genesis platformers, like top 10, easy.
It's really good.
It's right up there with Sonic as far as I'm concerned.
So he has come from the country to visit his friends Headcase, Hangman,
And Bo.
I guess, yeah. On arriving, he discovers that the town has been taken over by the evil Dark Demon. That's a good name. Evil Dark Demon, you already know what you're in for.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it just tells you what you needed to start.
Hetty knows.
Fanboy Master points out M2 ported Gunstar Heroes to Game Gear, but this one I'm pretty sure was Sega internal, or maybe Sims or someone. And yeah, they really truncated the plot. In the Genesis one, you'd have to go into all these buildings to learn about all your friends. It was basically a tutorial.
Well, this
Oh,
is
this doesn't look too bad.
yeah, it's a bit
Yeah, this looks good.
it's a bit saturated, but yeah, it looks fine.
He's well animated. Look at that. He runs really smoothly. The animations are super smooth in this comparatively to the other games we've played.
They managed to get across that stage play look too. Like you can see how his stuff is made of individual blocks in the background.
That's pretty good.
Bare essentials.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
So I tried playing this before the stream, and the only way I could figure out how to play it was to brute force it.
That works. Wow, they kept that background. That is such unnecessary detail, you would think, for this kind of game. Alright, so this guy, in the Japanese version, he's a purple cat who harasses you throughout the game. For the US one, and apparently this one, they changed his name to Trouble Bruin, and he was recolored brown, and they call him a bear now.
Uh-oh.
So you may think of that as the superior version, because they added a bear antagonist.
Mm-hmm.
No, definitely.
But it doesn't include the cutscenes, unfortunately, so...
Yeah,
What a shame.
it's not much of a loss. I tried playing the Japanese Hetty, and I just want everyone to stop talking so I can do more platforming. Yeah, this is recognizable as that first level in Hetty.
Yeah, this is,
They
dare I
really-
say, good?
They really wanted to get across the feeling and look of the original. I can still shoot your head in a bunch of different directions.
Oakenfork, yeah, I have heard at least that the American version of this game is way harder than the Japanese one.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, like they start you with 0 continues in the US one, and they made a lot of bosses much more difficult.
Well, everybody knows that the West has hardcore gamers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're a real gamer, you'll beat that version.
There's a sleep power down here.
That lets you regain your health, but
Aww.
it's nice that they put that in there.
Oh man, good night, Angel. Oh, look at him go. Oh, I love him.
So for anyone unfamiliar, this is a game where your power-ups give you different heads. Like if you collect a hammerhead, your head turns into iron and you do double damage. There's heads that let you jump higher, have different special powers, and occasionally ones that make you go to sleep.
Like in Kirby.
Yeah.
I love how
I love how
sad.
those faces look horrified.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just impale them on that pole and now they're dead.
It's also from the Genesis one. Like, man, what attention to detail. And Axion says this looks like an Amiga game, but the Genesis version. There is kind of an Amiga influence to this.
Yeah, this does look very Amiga-esque.
It's missing the gems though.
Hmm.
I think it's a real Amiga game unless you have like gems to pick up.
Oh yeah, or just any kind of collectible. Various fruits.
Oh, what's this?
Oh, it's the pig head. It makes you shoot out things at enemies, but there's no enemies.
Oh.
Now, if this is a lot like the original, then it's going to have a ton of boss fights, because that's kind of what Treasure does.
Look at that background. That's so faithful to the original. I love this.
Did I drop him in the cage?
What is Hetty short for? I have no idea. Hedathy seems like a good guess.
Hethorliu. Headsworth. Hedgel. I like Hedgel. Oh, okay. Little tutorial messaging in the background.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm just surprised they ported over these specific mechanics, which essentially ask you to think about the game in a different way, just to do them, like that part. Oh, this version's uncensored. That means it's superior.
Was it censored in the?
This boss is from the Japanese Hetty. In the US version, they changed it to a robot head. Mostly because there's an attack where she rolls her eyes to the back of her head that looks super creepy.
Oh,
yeah, uncut and uncensored here on Master System.
Technically, because it's region free, this counts as the Western version.
That's true. That was nice about the Game Gear, or Master System. No region protection.
From what I remember reading, like a lot of the rare Master System games are just like European versions of the game, but repackaged for the US, and there's like a sticker across the label that just designates the region.
Yeah, that's why Sonic 1 is the rarest US game. Just because of a UPC sticker.
Man, that's lazy. I respect it.
Would you pay $1,000 for that label, though? Or $5 for the non-labeled version?
I mean, if you want the proper Master System experience, then you do need the label.
It's true, it actually is what makes the game work. Without the label, it just kind of freezes.
Oh wow, this thing dies in like 3 shots with the bell rope.
Oh yeah, that hammerhead is super powerful. Oh, you're making me want to play Hetty now. Genesis 1 is so good.
I should play after the show.
I think I will.
So I'm just playing randomly games. Now we're playing specifically games that are ports of Mega Drive / arcade games. Just to compare them.
The dog is so tiny. This is a boss that takes up the whole screen in the Genesis one. This is like his little brother or something.
Aww. He's a baby boss. He's a boss baby.
Oh no!
I'm sorry.
I think you
Oh my
gotta,
god, his head exploded.
I think you gotta hit him in the tail if it's like the Genesis one.
Oh, the tail, okay.
Wow, they kept the orchestra and everything. Yeah, stuff that you usually expect to be sacrificed in the process of porting it to 8-bit, they really focused on for this one.
I have the next-gen Master System experience.
It is. And by your metric of being able to fool kids at school, I think you could easily get away with it with this game.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh yeah, the kids will not suspect at all.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh.
Aw, game over.
Yep, it's also difficult, just like the Genesis one.
Perfect. Well, I think we can move to the next one, but yeah, I think this is pretty fun, actually.
Yeah, that's neat. I can't believe they put so much detail into this and actually cared about making an 8-bit Dynamite Hetty.
Yeah, this was really impressive.
Oh no, I just looked what's next on the list. So I hope you're ready for some emotional whiplash.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So,
Is...
have you heard of a little game called eSWAT?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Not RoboCop. eSWAT. Totally legally distinct.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do normal mode just to show off the first level, so you understand how incomprehensible this game is. But then we're gonna restart and do it in easy.
Okay.
Alright, arrest those guys.
Have to arrest Kirby and some Yu-Gi-Oh villain.
It does look like Kirby.
Oh my god!
Killer Kirby.
Okay, so this is this.
Oh no!
Oh my god, this looks like an NES game. I love it.
What did they do? To what?
Okay, so basically,
Okay,
so there's like a million enemies when you're playing on normal difficulty.
Well, what I can say is I think they went ahead and ported the arcade eSWAT rather than the Genesis one, because the Genesis one is an entirely original production.
Oh,
really
really?
only has the original concept from the arcade game. Everything else is different.
Oh, I had no idea.
I think they did the same thing for Shadow Dancer, where the Genesis one is its own unique game and the Master System is an arcade port. But, oh, eSWAT does not look good.
I didn't actually know that the arcade and the Mega Drive version were different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't do that often, but sometimes they did make an original game for Mega Drive. Like this one, they kept the limited ammunition mechanic. Same basic background from the arcade version.
So the only thing I know...
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, the only thing I know about eSWAT is that like it reuses some of the Shinobi sprites, but just like reworks them a bit. Like for example, the jumping sprite for your character on the Mega Drive version is pretty much the jumping animation from the final boss in Shinobi, so like stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, it's not that good of a game.
Had to cut corners. This was one of the later US releases, I think.
So basically how this boss works is he shoots, and whether he shoots the flame upwards or downwards depends on whether you're crouching or not. So basically just
He rolls into a ball.
Much like Kirby.
Kirby's been known to roll into a ball.
Yeah, this is basically Kirby but with a gun.
Looks like a game about a baby who was given a gun. Yeah, all the characters are really small. They do look like children.
They're little angels. Little murderous angels.
Just playing cops and robbers.
I'll be the cop. You be the giant guy who looks like Kirby who rolls around.
Can do. We have... I repeat, we have... The teacher has given us detention for 20 years.
The one thing I remember about eSWAT, the arcade game, is I tried playing through the whole thing with one of my friends back then in the two-player co-op mode, and we were real close to the end, and I ran out of quarters, but I still had $1 in my pocket, so I had to run to the coin machine to get change, and it wouldn't take my freaking dollar, so the continue countdown got us. We couldn't continue.
Oh.
Oh, that's so sad, Danny.
I found out years later the last level cuts off continues, so we couldn't have beat it anyways.
Oh, it does the Shinobi thing.
Yeah. So there's actually no moral to that story or point. The best kind of story.
Well, I think the moral is you got to keep your dollar.
That's true. I was better off in the end.
Can you use that to buy some, like, I don't know, gum, candy, cigarettes, whatever kids buy?
I mean,
Probably just played some of their pinball machines with it.
I mean, that was the 90s. You could buy, like, so many things with $1.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say those were the days, and I'm like, God, I'm becoming old.
Yep.
Back in my day, you could get gum and another snack treat for $1.
You could get eSWAT on the Genesis and Master System, and they would be totally different games. Not like the modern era, where if you get a game on Xbox One or PS4, it's the same game. That's a ripoff.
It is a ripoff.
I want Devil May Cry 5 to be completely different on all systems.
Devil May Cry needs to be a platformer on one system, needs to be a strategy game on another.
Okay, so I want to show this off. So this is a hostage situation, but so you have to kind of like jump a bit to actually hit the guy. But if you hit her, nothing happens.
Yeah,
she just makes a noise.
That's just like the arcade version. Yeah, they don't penalize you for shooting the hostage.
She sounds like a cat.
She probably is a cat.
Bulletproof.
Meow, 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 stop shooting me.
Bulletproof cat girl.
America's ultimate weapon. Bulletproof Batgirl.
teaming up with RoboCop.
Oh my god.
This looks kind of playable, if slow. And with really small characters. I guess it's a better approach than making everything huge with background tiles. Well, you do have like 570 bullets, so I think you're covered.
And now we get the not RoboCop suit.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I always confuse eSWAT with SCAT.
So
That's a different NES game.
It's also buff.
I like this boss design. It's like bootleg Dr. Octopus.
Is he in some kind of egg?
Yeah, he's got like tiny arms and big chest.
So yeah, we have a power suit, we have like 3 times as much health, and we can still crawl.
Yeah, this is where the game gets good. It's a pretty good gimmick, I gotta say. Like, put in a couple of coins, you gotta reach the part where you turn into RoboCop. And the payoff in the arcade version is actually pretty cool, because you get distinctly more powerful, and it feels pretty good after just being a regular cop.
Yeah. And yeah, there's like a special power-up with 2 buttons, which is just basically shoot both sides.
Lolo's asking if the giant ape boss is in this game. Yeah, that was part of the arcade one. I'm curious to see if it's in here.
I actually have no clue. This is as far as I've ever gotten.
Pretty sure it's after you get the suit, so might end up seeing it.
Who are they? I love them.
It's the Dock Master, I assume. Are you with the docks? Who even knows?
They're slowly approaching you.
One day he's gonna get me. One day.
Oh, he brought a flamethrower to an eSWAT fight.
Like, come on, man.
You just back up, and that's the solution.
Like, you'd think they'd try to approach faster, or... You have used almost 100 bullets.
Has really strong shins.
My god, his knees are ruined.
Eyes of steel.
Okay, you've used 200 bullets.
Oh, he just goes back.
What? Oh, come on. Sega.
Oh, I'm too close. I better back up.
Don't want this to be unfair. Wow, a mere 300 bullets later, he's down.
I love that guy just approaching you from the back like, hey, hey, I'm gonna get you.
He has a knife.
Yeah. Hey, cop in a giant robot suit. What do you think of this knife?
It's a cool knife, look at it.
Funny because like last night I was watching the original RoboCop, and it's just like, yeah, he doesn't care. Like people just approach him and he just shoots them.
Yeah, come to think of it, the criminals in that movie didn't really take him seriously either.
I mean, why would you? It's fucking RoboCop.
I don't know. After hearing the stories of what he does after his first few days on the force, I'd be kind of more wary of him.
No, it's like a Yakuza symbol where everybody picks fights with Kazuma Kiryu like for 6 games and nobody learns their fucking lesson.
Yeah. I'm gonna get some rep by knifing RoboCop. I'm a badass.
Oh no, I lost my suit. But I have my legs. Like my robo legs.
Oh man, that sunset is really nice in the background, yeah. Pretty. That's one thing about Master System games. I notice they have I really like the way that a lot of them use their color palettes. They're really pretty looking.
It was more colorful than a lot of systems could deliver in the 8-bit era. I think their games stand out nicely. Yeah, that was specifically the part I was thinking of. Once I heard that room cop having dick targeting technology, I wouldn't go anywhere near him.
I'm like, I'm out. That's cool. I'm gonna move to Venice and do crime there. I'm good.
Oh darn, we're dead.
Aw.
I think that's like we've seen the gist of it. But this
That wasn't bad.
does have infinite continues, so that's also good. Alright, move on to the next thing. So, what do you think? Could I lie to my friends about playing Eastwell on the Mega Drive?
Well, it was a good game.
Mm-hmm.
It's solid, better than I was expecting, but it would give you away instantly because it's a port of the arcade game instead of the Genesis one.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you could lie to the kids who have only played the arcade game. I think you could easily do that.
Just
All
gotta,
depends on who you want to lie to.
yeah, be careful who you lie to. Also, I appreciate Lolo's image in chat.
Oh yeah. If you want to see it,
Oh yeah, that's good.
that's really good.
He looks pretty amused.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, speaking of arcade classics, we're moving on to another beat 'em up. I wish I would be playing Golden Axe Warrior, but no, we're playing regular Golden Axe.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, how? How do you do this on the Master System?
Poorly.
Well,
Wow, I love him.
that's a pretty good splash image, I
That's
gotta say.
great. Okay, this just starts off really promising.
Okay, so who's your favorite Golden Axe character? Earth, Fire, or Thunder?
Yeah, you only get to pick this dude. Axe
Oh
Battler.
no.
But he gets all three magics.
Yeah, we're gonna go with Fire, which is the hardest one to level up but has the biggest payoff. They're actually kind of like segmented in a fairly balanced way. So that's nice. Oh god, this game. I actually beat
Well,
this
here we go.
back in the day. And it's basically one of those games where if you take a certain number of hits before the final level, you're not gonna beat the game.
Oof.
Because you
That's
don't
no good.
because like the final boss is just like tanking, essentially. So if you don't have enough health to tank him, you're not gonna win the game.
Oh, the speed in this is way off.
I gotta-
Like the second characters start moving, they just scoot across the screen. It looks really unnatural.
Yeah, this animation is not so hot.
Yeah, so we have slash, jump, 2 buttons as magic. You can run and do the shoulder tackle. Except the input sometimes isn't registered properly, so your running wouldn't actually happen.
Cool.
Oh, I love his diagonal run. He's like, doo doo doo.
Fanboy Master asks, is this or the 3D Ages remake of Golden Axe worse? That's
Oh.
a tough call. That 3D remake is kind of garbage. This, I guess you could say, is technically impressive. They're doing that background tiles trick again, like we saw in Altered Beast, which gives you big characters, but once they start moving, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Blab, I don't think any of these games had FM soundtracks. Which is a shame.
It's actually kind of weird, because a whole lot of Master System games have that as an option, just not these ports.
Was the FM chip in, I know I've seen a video that explained it, but I've forgotten what the video said. Did it have FM chip synthesis, the Brazilian Tectoy Master Systems?
Oh, it did not.
Oh, that is such a shame.
Yeah, just regular PSG sound. The only Master System version that had FM sound support was, well, you could get the Mark III plus the expansion in Japan, or you could buy the Japanese Master System, which had it built in.
Oof. That's a shame. They would have probably, like, jacked the price up and shit.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think that's why they didn't have it in the Western version, just to save up money.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I could have 2 of those beasts on screen at once. That's a lot of sprites.
I love those weird bird creatures.
Huh. Can I recommend a game called Golden Axe Beast Rider in that case? Actually, probably shouldn't.
Boy. I had Beast Rider. I gave it a chance. It was bad. I put a few hours in and I was just like, this is no fun. like the combat, which you do constantly, was just no fun at all.
Matt, it is so hard to crowd control in this game.
I'd imagine. Oh, look at these guys zip around. They're not supposed to move that fast.
Go.
No, everything in this game is like turbo fast.
Oh, they're big dudes. They're supposed to just move slow and pack a big punch. Here they're just all over the place.
You're not even supposed to like be on the same like horizontal or like the same horizontal line as them because I think they can like charge you and just like destroy you.
Mm. I will say it's pretty faithful. This is definitely the first level of Golden Axe. No major changes. But at what cost?
Oh, no.
Was he sleeping on the fire? Have to warm up my butt for the next battle.
I was gonna say he's like a lizard.
No, there is no multiplayer, Mike. This is single player.
No multiplayer in the Sega CD one either.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's that Sega Classics collection for Sega CD. All the games had two-player modes that originally had them, except for Golden Axe.
That guy just walked off the edge of the cliff like, shit.
I'm glad I remember that strategy after like 10 years, since that's how long it's been since I properly played this.
It's a good one. Yeah, they'll just run and dash at you. They won't care.
But yeah, sometimes like the attack just doesn't register. And like this is like actual hardware, so this is like how the game usually works.
This looks like the kind of game that would drop inputs on you. But with the jerky animation and all.
And then you have to do stuff like this, which is like get other enemies stuck so you can fight them one at a time. This is how we played Dark Souls back in the day, everybody. This was our Dark Souls. Just kite everybody one at a time. Oh god, she has a dragon. Oh,
Beasts look good in this game.
They really do. That's a good dragon.
They really focused on that. Meanwhile, the background is just like planks of wood.
You gotta sacrifice some tiles to make a cool dragon.
Oh no.
You know what? I'll accept it.
Oh, she stole your dragon! Dude.
Dude, where's my
You sliced in
dragon?
the other direction and knocked her off the dragon. Oh, this port.
Actually aim this crazy thing.
Yeah, that dragon seems hard to aim.
You were full on magic anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm waiting for something big to actually use the magic on. Oh no, more dragons.
The game looks a lot more playable when you're actually on a mount. Like, you can actually have some degree of crowd control.
Yeah, basically a mount is like necessary to actually beat the game. Oh no, it's a skeleton. I forgot to introduce him this quickly.
Oh, skeletons. Worst.
Oh my god, that skeleton can fucking jump.
Mike says, driving a dragon is as hard as driving a bus. I'd imagine. Yeah, they're kind of unwieldy. You've got to use your turn signals.
Oh wait, that's the level?
Yeah, it ends like that in the Genesis one, too. No boss. Wow, such an abrupt ending to that bonus level.
Goblins are like, shit, I'm out of here. What are they, goblins? Gnomes? Elves? Sprites?
I think they're elves? Pretty sure they're elves.
Right, here's a new type of dragon, which is just fireballs, which is arguably worse.
Oh no.
Because like when you shoot the fireball, you can't move anywhere for a while. And if you mess like that,
Yeah, it leaves you open. Oh, right, whoop. Burn signals, not turn signals. Good point. Oh, they got so many details right, and yet it plays like this.
darn.
I'd say this is a better effort than Altered Beast was, though.
Oh, definitely. Damn. It has like if you get caught in one combo, that's it.
these enemies are brutal. They just zoom behind you every time.
I'm just gonna use magic here to show it off. Here's a big dragon.
Whoa!
Love it. Perfect.
Alright, they had to keep that. I'm glad they did.
That was really good.
Oh no.
Alright, so my idea of how to fix this game, have your character always be on some sort of mount. That'll at least give you a fighting chance.
I
Unless
believe
you're on foot. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, for reference, there's just like, I think 2 continues and that's it.
It's better than Altered Beast.
That's true. Still, it should give you more continues. It should give you infinite continues. As should every game.
Yeah.
Every game needs an easy mode, infinite continues, and dragon. IMHO.
Dragon mode.
Put me in charge of the gaming industry. I'll fix it. I'll get it right. I'll get it together.
To be fair, if I make a game, I'll just be like, okay, you have easy, hard, and dragon mode. Okay, what's dragon mode? It's just like, it's dragon mode, you just have a dragon. Oh god, how do you even do
Deathmaster
this?
points out that if you're a centaur, you're your own mount. And actually, yeah, that does apply to the Golden Axe sequel in arcades, The Revenge of Death Adder. Because one of the playable characters is a centaur.
Oh,
You can still ride mounts even though you're a centaur.
Yeah, her centaurness just goes away. It's just like the top half, and she
I always
gets like
found that
normal
really
legs.
bizarre.
It's weird. It's weird. I don't know about reverse centaur TF where they like transform into a normal thing.
I'm not
Weird.
ready for that.
yeah. Yeah, let's actually stop here. What with the game, I mean.
Good stopping point.
Yeah, so what were your thoughts about that?
Well, better than Altered Beast. Still not anything you'd want to play, assuming the Genesis or Mega Drive version is an option. But I'd say the odds of being able to lie about this at school is 100%. You could get away with it completely.
Mhm.
There was so many details they kept in there that it would be unable to be detected if you were lying.
Yeah, you just have to keep saying,
good job.
yeah, as long as you don't let slip that you can pick magic, you should be fine.
Yeah, as long as no one talks about playing as the dwarf,
Mhm.
the character who actually has the axe, you know?
The character
The-
everybody plays.
Yeah.
The titular Golden Axe himself.
hmm
I don't think I've ever actually, whenever I played like proper Golden Axe, I don't think anybody ever picked the Axe Battler. Like, it was always the most boring one.
Yeah, he's like the default. Why would you want to be him?
Even with Golden Axe 3, where they had not Axe Battler, nobody picked him.
Yeah. Well, that game you could be a lizard man, I think.
No, it was
What?
it was a Jaguar Man.
Oh, that's right, Jaguar Man.
Yeah, Barbarian Lady, and Axe Battler. Well, not Axe Battler, but basically Axe Battler.
Yeah.
I have 2 games left, and they're kind of good, so we should be fine, I think.
Okay.
First one is one of the essentials. It is not Super Monaco. Where is it? Wait, where is it? There we go. Streets of Rage.
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm curious to see this. I've never seen much of the 8-bit versions of these.
Young man, you have arrived just in time to watch me die.
I remember this when the city was a happy, peaceful place.
And then the powerful secret criminal organization took over.
Controlled the government and the police force.
I think controlling the government is a bigger issue.
Group of determined young police officers has sworn to clean up the city. Metaphorically and literally.
Streets of Rage.
Streets of Rage. I got a hot take. This is a good game.
Oh,
This is one, anyways.
Streets of Rage is great. I love Streets of Rage.
Oh, they don't have the character introductions, but still.
That looks good. Oh, I love the color work there. It looks really wonderful.
Actually,
Oh no, they do.
Yep.
Good. Now we know that Axel's hobby is video games.
Blaze's hobby is a lambada, the forbidden dance.
Yeah, and Adams is bonsai, which is just even more confusing. I just like those little trees, you know.
That was, well, the 90s was the time to be into both Bonsai and the Lambada, so...
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you two pick. Who would you like to see?
I always say Blaze.
Blaze.
Okay, it's Blaze.
Everybody agrees with Blaze.
JP Ronnie points out Adam wasn't in the Game Gear version, so this was cut down.
Pine Pot.
Pine Pot.
Sorry, I love Pine Pot.
It's kind of unusual because Master System and Game Gear is usually pretty much just a straight up conversion.
There are usually a few tiny differences, like even the Sonic 8-bit is not exactly the same. I think it's missing a level and some other things.
Imagine a breakfast diner.
Oh.
I think they call it a Denny's.
Oh yeah, so you can still be grabbed in this one, and throw people grabbing you, and kick forward as well.
I saw that, yeah, they even kept the back grabs in.
Oh yeah, there's no like go arrow, but there is that annoying sound, so you just have to interpret what it means.
Oh, that's what that means. Bursted? What does that sign say?
God, Pine Pot taking over the town.
Hot breakfast diner. Why would you go to the regular breakfast diner when there's a hot breakfast diner?
Yeah, man.
This is some California shit.
Yeah. Crime has gone too far. There's just pot everywhere now. Also, I don't know what I'm exactly wielding. It looks like a spanner.
Yeah, you're like bonking people with a wrench.
I think it's supposed to be a broken bottle.
Oh, that makes more sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense that there would just be a random wrench in a
jeez.
trash can.
Oh, it's
because-
got the backdrops.
I didn't know
That
you
took
could
so
do
many
that.
frames of animation.
I'm amazed they have
This is
that.
good. It looks like they kept in all the essential elements of Rage here. They just made everyone pretty tiny.
Petite
tiny
streets of-
rage.
Tiny rage, yes.
Streets of Baby Rage.
The D in CBD stands for Denny's. Thank you for that. Oh, good. They did still keep the police car in this version as well.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Let me get more enemies on screen. Yeah, you
Oh,
have
nice,
to.
Cafe Sega.
So you have to pause the game. You have to press button 1.
That's a little unwieldy, but okay.
So you have to lean all the way to your console because the Sega Master System has the worst pause button in the history of game development.
Mhm.
Yes, it does.
Or depending how far away you are, get up, go across the room, then hit the pause button.
I mean, you wonder how I beat Alex Kidd with actually no items, and like that was one of the reasons. I just couldn't be bothered to stand up all the time.
It's a pain, it really is, having
Yeah.
known a Master System past.
I'd imagine you'd have to like coddle it in your lap or something while you were playing if you're doing like a pause in game.
That's kind of what they intended. It's the way Japanese kids play games. They always have the console nearby.
Mm.
So Famicom and Mark III both relied on that. They just assumed, hey, yeah, got the console right there. Let's put a button on it.
I think though the Master System had far longer cables than the NES did.
I seem to remember that, yeah. It just makes you have to travel even further to get to the pause button. The one thing I think is funny in this era of flash carts and people simulating the entire Sega CD on an entire flash cart board is they still can't come up with a solution for the Master System pause button.
No.
They still got to have it on the actual cartridge. You can't map it to a button. I think to solve that, you'd probably have to hack the games individually, right?
I actually
To even make it possible.
I actually have no clue. I don't even know why it's that big of a deal. Because like the Mega Drive has a pause button on the actual gamepad.
Yeah, it's got enough buttons. Yeah, Mike mentions it wasn't a problem for him, but really it all depends on the game you're playing. Like, some games don't use the pause button at all, and some games like Miracle World make you use items from a sub-menu. Then there's this one where you have to pause the game to call the cops.
I I mean, that's real life too. You know?
Yeah, you should probably pause whatever game you're playing before you call the cops.
But what if I'm playing something online? You can pause those.
Oh yeah.
True.
Hey,
That's.
hey cops, I just got robbed. Also, I'm in the. Get quick.
I was gonna say this is why murderers only go after gamers. It's a tragedy.
That's why it's so dangerous to stream games. Like, as soon as somebody knows you're playing something that can't be paused, they'll just rob you. It's like when they scout out like houses, like to see when the owners will be away. They scout out like houses to see when the owners will be gaming.
Alright, so there's a car in the driveway, but the dude has on headphones and he's talking into his microphone. I think we're safe.
It's like he's raiding. That's gonna take a while. Like if it was Fortnite, it would be a problem.
Oh, he's ranting. He's ranting. Oh boy.
He's on a Destiny 2 raid. We got a couple hours here.
Really like the stream so far. Nobody is screaming. Well, that's probably because I'm not playing like Inferno Climber or something worse.
I could start screaming.
Please
we
don't.
could start.
This game is diarrhea dog shit. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm glad my input was valued. This looks so playable, this version.
Yeah.
Why did they put so much effort into this? It actually looks great.
Yeah, this looks fun.
They thought of
A
all
real
the
damn game.
They thought of all the Master System kids. Also, that door is
Just give 'em this one.
gigantic.
All these kids who suffered through Golden Axe and Altered Beast, we gotta make it up to them.
I mean, the soundtrack is pretty good.
Yeah, they kept the soundtrack even.
Yeah, it is a shame that this game is only single player, though.
Oh yeah, that is a shame. Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but wasn't Yuzo Koshiro's studio Ancient involved in this port?
Well, it has copyright on the main menu.
I know they did Master System work in the past, like with Sonic 1.
Yeah. Like they completely redesigned that one. For the better, hot take, Master System Sonic better than the regular Sonic. At least the first one.
You know what? I can see that. It has its own merits.
Mm-hmm.
It's different enough.
Also, I love the pipe sprite. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a massive lead pipe.
Bat.
Let's go to everybody and say like, oh, time for you to pipe down. Oh, there's jugglers now.
They
Oh no!
They kept these guys. These are the most ridiculous enemy in the game.
Oh no, the worst street jugglers!
Yeah, they spawn an unlimited supply of axes and they throw them at you.
Oh, that's so dangerous.
It's kind of a problem.
Okay, that's them calling the cops.
Well, this was accurate. Back in the 90s, you would be walking to the mall and just get hassled by some street jugglers.
God, remember when there was like, I wasn't axe juggling, but there was like a juggling, maybe it was only in where I lived in Southern California, but there was a short juggling boom fad for a while.
You experienced a juggling renaissance?
Not like, it was like, yeah, I actually remember it. It wasn't just like the devil sticks, it was something else too that they were juggling. Like, it was like when there was like a kind of hacky sack boom for a while, it was like hacky sack juggling.
Yo-yos, too.
Oh god. Are yo-yos gonna make a comeback?
It's all cyclical.
Okay. Bring back yo-yos. Are there professional yo-yoers on Twitch?
There
Don't
has
look it
to
up.
be.
Don't leave here.
I'm
leave
almost
here, but
entirely positive that there has to be.
Is
And there's probably a category for it, too.
Is there yo-yo drama? Like, do you think that yo-yoers have? No. Do you think they have like controversies about like different techniques and what trick is the easiest and what's the hardest? And like, oh, walk the dog. Wow, real difficult move there, buddy.
Oh, I can't believe you picked up that sponsorship with Froyo. Everyone knows that they have problems.
I almost feel like their main drama is about manufacturers. Like, oh, if you want the proper yo-yo experience, you need this model from like 1987. Otherwise, it's like, otherwise you can't really perform all these tricks.
Vintage yo-yos, yeah. Oh, this guy uses a beginner yo-yo. Get good.
It's like basically like the Smash Melee community. Like it has to be a very specific way, otherwise it's unplayable.
Mm-hmm. God, I bet they have like really strict arguments about the type of string you use too, like with the wax and variety and. Oh God, I bet there's prestige yo-yo string.
Yeah, Whoop. Once Star Tropics 3 happens, that's when the next yo-yo boom is coming.
Oh wow, that obliterated his health.
Oh wow, yeah, that took off like 90%.
Wow, he did not like that.
This boss seems way tougher than the Genesis one.
Yeah, it seems that some of them can actually hit you while they're being comboed, which doesn't feel good.
Retro yo-yo runners. What would a yo-yo speedrun be? Like first to 100?
I have to do all the tricks in like 60 seconds or something like that. Okay, now this is a baseball bat. Oh, that's actually a really good swing.
You turned that into a throw somehow.
That was good.
They kind of fudge the controls, I've noticed. Like you've pulled off throws without actually grabbing dudes, I've noticed. It's weird, but it's in service of the player, so that's fine. It's not like the game's going against you.
Is
Yeah.
this a Streets of Rage 2 song?
Oh, weird. Huh.
That's wild.
So I suppose this was made in between Streets of Rage 1 and 2. Maybe they already had this song created. I
Yeah,
wanted to give you a preview.
the user probably just went like, oh, I don't care, I'm gonna put it, nobody's gonna like monitor me and what I'm doing for the Master System.
Mm-hmm.
That would be kind of wild, like if like you're a first-party developer and then you reach something like, oh, okay, like we're now focusing on the Switch, so we don't really care what you do on the 3DS, just make games for it.
Yeah. Oh, the 3DS should be the new Master System.
Oh, it should be, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So just add the same 3D that you had with the Master System 3D goggles.
Exactly. Make it so you need the goggles too.
Oh, Danny, no.
Actually, I'm curious about one thing. How do the cops come over here? Let's see if the boss
I
stuff.
assume they drive on the beach.
Cops can drive on the beach.
Yeah,
Are they
it's-
allowed? Oh, they're drawing on the water.
Driving on the water.
Mm-hmm.
Got one of those aquatic vehicles.
Usually the cops at beaches have like little dune buggies that are marked police.
Do they?
Well, I mean, they have more. They do. There are beach specific. At least I remember growing up in Southern California. I went to the beach a lot because it's free. And what are you gonna do? And yeah, I do remember seeing like police officers in like dune buggies and shit, like helping people out or whatever.
I mean, you would know.
Mhm.
I don't have much access to the beach here in landlocked Austin, so I'll just take your word for that there's beach cops.
Oh man,
I
I imagine like if you need help on the beach, like the cops just ride in a buggy and then drift and brake right in front of you.
Drift through the water, just drench you.
All right, doing a cursed search of dune buggy cops.
Dune buggy cops.
Then California also have
Crap.
like bicycle cops as well.
Yes, there are bicycle cops on the beach. There absolutely are. That I know Tim and Eric skit about it. I think
There's-
And,
They got horse cops down here.
they do.
There was actually, I don't know if you're familiar with this because you do know your retro junk, but there was a 90s TV show, which was a cop show, but it focused on cops riding bicycles.
I've seen a lot of parody references to shows about cops on bikes. I do not. I guess that existed, huh?
Yeah, it's
I don't remember that.
It's an actual, honest-to-goodness serious TV show.
I've not heard of this. I know Cops, the realistic one. I know Cop Rock, which was a musical with cops.
Cop Rock's bad. Cop Rock is so bad. Cop Rock is.
So knowing Cop Rock exists, thinking of a bicycle cops, that sounds totally plausible.
Mhm.
Hey Price, you missed everything. You missed all the best ports of games that are way better on Master System and Genesis.
Mhm.
Like Altered Beast and Golden Axe.
Like all all those.
Classics.
Yeah,
This is one of the rare ones where it's different and obviously so, but I wouldn't feel too ripped off if I got this one instead of the Genesis one. Because it's real obvious they put effort and time into this.
This actually plays really well. Like
It looks like it does.
it fudges things in your favor, so it doesn't feel bad. Where I feel like a lot of the games just like try to make it super authentic, and then it just ends up being like janky and difficult.
Yeah. It feels like those other games were more focused on aesthetics and like sprite art in particular. Like the Golden Axe representations of the sprites were great, especially for Master System, but the gameplay totally suffered.
Oh god.
Oh my god, they're so fast.
That was
Ow.
the Ultimate Warrior boss.
Kick his ass.
Call my friends in the Force.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a rocket launcher here.
I got a
Fire it in the
rest.
vicinity.
Yeah, I got a wrestler here. Can you? Oh my god, he lost like no health.
Oh no.
That's what muscles get you.
True.
It's heat-resistant muscles. I think I should be able to do like a special move. Do I have that? I guess
Pacific
it's
Blue was the name of the bike cop show. Okay, that does sound more Pacific Blue because that title sounds very familiar. I remember I remember seeing an ad for it and being like, "Oh, another cop show. No, thank you. I'm gonna watch the mature thing, cartoons." Like what a kid, isn't it?
Nowadays, I think you can better appreciate a show about cops on bikes.
Oh yeah, you have to be. It's a real thinking man's concept. Bike cops.
Oh, okay. I was like, where is he?
He died.
He died. Too many kicks to the chest.
Lived on the beach, died on the beach.
That's the life.
I wonder if this one has all, what is it, 8, 9 levels? They haven't skipped any so far.
Actually, no clue. I think we can actually move to the next one because the next one is kind of long form anyway.
Okay.
So, what do you say? I think this is pretty good. I don't think anybody would actually doubt you that you play through to Ridge.
Yeah, that looked great. And it got all the essentials of the Genesis one too, so completely undetectable to the kids.
It has all 8 levels, and also it's a good game.
Yeah. And all 3 characters, not just one.
Oh, now it's time for Wonder Boy Monster World. Not Monster Land, but Monster World. Oh, wait.
Imagine a
There-
world of monsters.
The forgotten Wonder Boy Master System game. This was a late one.
This was a really late one.
And a bad one too, says Kifke. I honestly wouldn't know. I have played all the way through the Sega Genesis Monster World. I didn't like it as much as Monster World 4, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah. So this is one of those games that kind of tries to be as faithful as possible, like visually, but just kind of ends up falling short.
It looks great. Real nice colors.
Better take caution.
Once again, the world is all messed up.
So
So
the-
no hidden coins.
So biggest problem with this one is your swing range is ridiculously short, so you can't actually hit anything.
Funny.
So
No.
this is how close you need to get to actually hit it.
Oh, come on, really? Jeez.
If you want to
Way
actually
too close.
if you want to actually hit something, you need to crouch and do this because that your range is much higher.
Okay, that works better. But still. Yeah, that was not a problem in the Genesis one.
Monster Boy is really good. I recommend it to anyone who likes Wonder Boy games, and who even doesn't like Wonder Boy games.
Yeah, who? Monster Boy was pretty good. I need to go back and finish it.
Go away. Matter of fact, there.
I just told you!
I love that.
Oh, do you? Oh, you lose like all momentum when you hit in the air.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, you just kind of drop like a stone there.
This does look a little stiff.
Yeah. This actually, like, handles much worse than Monsterland, in my opinion.
Yeah, seems like it.
I know you want to compare it to Dragon's Trap.
I really like Monsterland. It's not as complex as the later ones, but I think the arcade format of that game works pretty good.
Yeah, I really like it. I actually I got the Sega Ages version recently, and it's really good.
Oh, cool. I got the Phantasy Star one, and let me tell you, that is an improvement. Just having auto mapping, that like changes the game.
Yeah, I heard they made that one so much more playable.
Yeah, you can make your walk speed fast, you can get more experience. It turns it into an actual game that you can beat in a few hours instead of like 80 hours.
Now they have to do that for Phantasy Star 2, which is the one where you have to grind for, I don't know, 5 hours at a time.
That's the one I really want. Yeah, I played Phantasy Star 2 back in the day, and a few weeks ago I started like a fan translation, and the grinding was too much. Like if I was just thinking, if I was a kid, I would have time for this, but no one has time for this now.
Yeah, we're in our 30s now. You have other things to do.
Yeah, give me more experience, please.
It's like kids don't have to do laundry. They don't have to worry about that shit.
Oh, the innkeeper's so nice.
Hey, Boogaloo, welcome.
Yeah, Boogaloo.
This is Wonder Boy. One of them.
One of the many boys of wonder out there.
Yeah, I remember like I did a retrospective of all the the basic 4 Phantasy Star games, and 2 was the least playable of them, just because like of how much you need to grind.
Mm-hmm. It's a real shame too, because I really enjoyed it back in its original context, and it's just impossible to play now. There's parts of that game where at one point it asks you to go to all the different dams in the world to open them up, and what it is just 4 identical dungeons back to back that all have so many different floors and things to do, and the monsters are impossible. Just stops the game completely right there.
I have enough for this. Jump in the armor. So there's one really bad thing about this game. If you auto-advance the text, it's just screeching noise.
I noticed that.
Oof.
So you're better off just letting it continue. Can you still enter this? Okay, I guess that's later. I haven't played Monster World in ages.
Yeah, I only ever played it when they re-released it for Xbox 360. That was a good collection.
Was it good?
Yeah, it's that Monster World collection, 3 games for $10.
Oh, I remember that. That was really good.
And one of them was Monster World, which was just, worth it on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Monster World 4 is the one with the girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
The
one's...
girl and her little blue monster friend.
Yeah, that one's really good.
This looks nice. Good colors here.
Yeah, I like the grass and the flowers and shit.
Yeah, flowers and shit.
I was gonna say, I like the flowers and shit. Looks real nice. You got a good game here, Wonder Boy.
Oh yeah, those ports were by him too. They kind of know what they're doing. Those guys.
Yeah, they're doing the Mega Drive Mini, so that's like reason enough to buy it.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that so much.
me too. I got it pre-ordered.
Yeah, pre-order 2, but for some reason it's gonna be 2 weeks late in Europe.
Oh yeah, they delayed it for you. Sorry about that.
Sorry, you're.
I'll let you know how good it is.
Every
Don't really rub it in your face.
every day for the 2 weeks.
Hey, it's still really good. Just thought you should know.
We start every stream by just mentioning how great it is.
There's
I
something.
always like those mushrooms. Oh.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I always like those mushroom creatures. Just happy little faces, even if you stab them. So
They are really happy.
like, oh, you stabbing me? Oh boy! Oh,
It-
look like I'm giving you gold.
It's commentary. It's like anti Super Mario commentary. when you kill all the mushrooms.
That's a subtle jab at old Mario.
Exactly. Games were full of those. Like how the first boss of Shinobi is actually a parody of Mario, somehow.
Hmm.
Through some weird moon logic. Now, I can tell this SMS port of Monster World is not by Westone, but outsourced to Shima Kikakake S-Plan.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like a Westone project.
No.
I noticed how the status bar disappeared when there's vertical scrolling. That's kind of strange.
Oh, that is
wow.
weird.
Yeah.
Some compromises had to be made.
Wait, do we have to press the pause button here? Oh god. Okay.
Oh, that
Oh,
sucks.
that's a point against the game. Having to
Okay.
use the pause button.
Okay, I've set the music thing. How do I... Okay, there we go. Oh no, I have to learn how to play this thing. Oh god.
Oh, that sucks.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah, that's way later, I think.
No, I think I need to go back to the lady and like ask her, hey, how do I play the ocarina?
How does this thing work?
How to make music. Well, these developers did Felix the Cat on NES, so they could make good games. And it looks like they tried with this one, they really did.
I really like the background here.
I feel like a common theme with esports is like they're either good to look at but play badly, or play well but aren't like as good to look at as their like counterparts.
Yeah, you couldn't have both. Like, Streets of Rage got most of it, but the characters were super small.
Yeah.
And honestly, I prefer it that way.
Oh, baby mushroom.
This town's invaded by mushrooms.
Some garlic and butter and have a good time, man.
Okay, let's go to the weapon shop or armor shop, whatever it is. It's called Weapon, but it doesn't actually sell weapons. Yes.
I was gonna say, I was hoping they were gonna sell you like a longer or something. But
So... Oh wait, do I actually have to equip my armor? Oh, okay.
oh, that sucks.
Extra pause button presses. Woof. Boogaloo, yeah, I've heard the Sagaya port on Master System is good. I think it was... who was it? Natsume who made that?
Wait, Natsume did stuff for the Master System?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's wild.
they were a contract developer in addition to the stuff they did on NES.
That's wild to me. I can't see him as anyone else other than, like Pocky and Rocky people.
Or Harvest Moon, yeah.
Mhm.
So I think we need to find the lady that'll teach us how to use the ocarina.
Yeah, we ought to do a Wonder Boy retrospective.
Oh, we should.
It would be a 50-hour stream, 1,000 games.
Can't wait.
Oh, are you gonna do every version to compare it?
There's so many. So many games that even have the same title but are different games.
God, yeah, because there's all the Wonder Boys that are like Adventure Island, and Adventure Island being like Wonder. Oh my God, no! You can.
One of these, I think Dragon's Trap was called Adventure Island in Japan.
Yes, yes. Oh, I'd heard about that. That's. God, this series is confusing.
And then there's like an actual sequel to Adventure Island, but that isn't actually Wonder Boy.
That took off in its own direction.
Okay, let's practice ocarinaing. Oh shit, what's the one button? 1 up, 1 2 1. Oh god, I'm gonna need to write it down.
That is so confusing. I love it.
Okay. Do I have to like actually do it? Oh my god, there's multiple melodies, what the heck?
Right down this one too.
Yeah. Up.
I remember this being kind of annoying. The kind of thing where you want to have a walkthrough open.
Okay, we have 3 doors.
That is a shame.
Even more of a shame because you have to push the pause button before you do this too.
Oh, that sucks.
You think you remember? No, I wrote them all down.
You'd think by putting that in the game they'd acknowledge that, hey, maybe we went a bit too far. Maybe they should be 4 notes instead of 8. Also, this is where Zelda stole the ocarina from.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hate game plagiarism.
Only Wonder Boy should be allowed to play an ocarina.
It's true.
No one else.
I mean, basically Nintendo just stole everything from Sega.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mario Kart.
Just Wonder Boy with a mustache.
Mm-hmm.
You think we're fooled?
We see you, Sega. We see you.
Mario,
Nintendo.
Mario Kart is actually Alex Kidd's BMX challenge. Basically that. Okay. Okay.
I'm pretty sure Renegade came after Double Dragon on Master System, and their Renegade port is pretty different from other ports.
So that's also really interesting because Arc System Works now owns the rights to Double Dragon somehow.
How?
I don't know, they somehow have it now. They have that and they have Kunio-kun.
It's better in their hands than anyone else. The Double Dragon rights were kind of floating around for, well, decades. Just pretty much anyone with money could buy it and remake it. That's how you end up with Double Dragon 2 on 360.
This feels like playing those weird baby toys that are like telephones and every button makes a different sound.
Oh god, those, yes.
Okay, I didn't get this right. Okay, there we go.
Oh right, people brought up Double Dragon 4. That was so disappointing. It could have been so much more.
They even had like the original creators involved.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I guess they just gave them no budget and no time.
Double Dragon Neon was amazing though.
It was. That was real different.
I'm glad you first get the heart case and then the heart. Okay, that's unnecessary. Okay, last door.
Yep, River City Girls is coming up soon.
Oh, that looks so good.
yeah.
I assume from the people, at least some people who worked on Neon.
The mushroom spirit.
Here it is, King Mushroom.
Well, he's pissed off. He's been hurting his friends. Let
He
him
has
go.
human.
I hate, but that's. Oh, stop stabbing his feet. I don't like that.
Maybe we humans and you mushrooms aren't so different after all.
How can you kill something that has human feet? That's just.
Alex raising the real moral questions.
Yeah, think about it.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Look, I have feet! I have feet!
That's why you never see Sonic's feet, just so you can kill him, because otherwise he'd be unstoppable.
It's always gonna be a mystery.
Also, why are we killing Sonic?
I mean, he probably deserves it.
I mean, I don't disagree. Sonic has probably done many crimes we'll never know the extent about, but...
Yep, Sega keeps covering them up.
I'm also,
covering him up?
Oh, I see.
Oh.
I'm also referencing that Sega went officially on record saying that Sonic canonically never takes off his shoes.
That's so disgusting to me.
They had to clarify that, because otherwise people would stop asking.
Why are you asking Sega about Sonic's bare feet?
Because if anyone had access to pictures of his feet, it would be Sega.
No.
Anyway,
Can we please talk about?
you need to kill this thing in its feet so we can move on.
Please.
It refuses to die, and I'm not even sure I'm doing damage.
Yeah, you've hit it a lot.
You just need to poke at its feet. No.
Nope, I'm dead.
Oh, you're turned into an angel. Goodbye.
Yeah, the weaknesses in the combat are really highlighted during the boss fights, it looks like. Still, it's a nice looking game, and there is effort here. Just, man, that sword poke I cannot deal with.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. I'd say like rather than replay this section, we have a bit more time. Let's do one bonus game.
Okay.
So, first off, just let me know what do you think of this? Is it close enough to the original?
It's real close, at least aesthetically. The gameplay, they could have done better in that aspect, but really, in just importing it and making it look like the original, I think they did a great job.
Yeah.
You could get away with lying about it at school.
Yeah. Only if you said like, "Oh man, it plays terribly," people would be like, "Well, what are you on? It plays perfectly fine."
Yeah. You'd have to be like, "Oh yeah, it does play fine. I just need to play it more, I guess."
Okay. Now the big question is, do you prefer Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter?
Oh.
I want to see Mortal Kombat.
I want to see Mortal Kombat as well.
Okay. And we're gonna do Mortal Kombat 3.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I regret what I've said.
Oh. I do want to see what Stryker looks like. I won't lie.
Is he even in this?
I actually don't know.
How could you not include Stryker? The nastiest guy of all.
I was doing demo discs the other day for the PlayStation 1, and there was a demo for Mortal Kombat 3, and the only playable characters were Kano and Sonya Blade, and I was just thinking like, oh, thank God Stryker wasn't one of the two playable characters.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they did. They were pushing him pretty hard. So this port is by Software Creations, if that screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were still making Master System games in '95.
That's wild.
Oh, that tiny logo.
Oh.
Okay, we have Sentinel, Sector,
I wonder if this is a Game Gear port.
Cabal, Sub-Zero, Cyrex, Sonya, Kano, and Shiva.
No Striker.
Oh, damn. What will we do?
I'll just go with Sub-Zero, because I'm a coward.
Ooh, this looks crunchy.
This is a crunchy looking game. Well, it keeps the different difficulty levels.
Even has the combat code.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I hate those.
You gotta have that. Now just watch specific movies or play Williams pinball machines to learn the codes.
Watch commercials and freeze frame them very frequently to figure out the code.
Wait, is that how they
Kids.
spread them around?
That was
Yes.
the intended way. Yeah, you'd have to watch a bunch of different movies, TV shows, commercials, just to get hints as to what these codes are.
Yeah, it was part of their, I think they described blitz of overwhelming consumer awareness. What do they call it?
It was an unending wave of Mortal Kombat awareness.
Yes, that's what they called
it. It was the official slogan.
Wow.
Oh, this looks bad. This looks so bad.
Oh my god. Oh, this is no good.
All right, Boogaloo points out this came out December of '96 by Tectoy. So maybe the '95 was just referring to the Game Gear port.
Yeah, this has got to be a Game Gear port.
Woof.
Like
Like-
this.
I had Mortal Kombat 2 on Game Gear, and it didn't look nearly this bad. Like, it wasn't playable. It wasn't anything you'd want to play. But it was better than this.
Listen, you could get the combat codes from
Hey,
getting
man,
them,
You have arrived
in
just
them.
in time to watch me die.
but why wouldn't you go through the fun of watching combat commercials, Mortal Kombat stage show, which did have exclusive combat codes in it?
Well,
It was real obscure too. Like just as one example, the pinball table Theater of Magic. You could hold down one of the flipper buttons as you started a game, and it would reveal one part of the 6-character code that the game had.
jeez.
So you had to put at least 6 credits into the machine to get the whole code.
That sucks. But it is Theater of Magic, so it's worth it.
Yeah.
Jeez, people like complain about Mortal Kombat having DLC and season passes and microtransactions now, but it was always like that.
It's true, just more subtle back then. And it wasted more of your time.
Okay, so this is different from the Game Gear version, according to Electric Boogaloo, because this one doesn't have the Game Gear version didn't have in-game music.
Okay, so it's the superior port then. Or as much as that's worth.
Yeah, yes, I love the soundtrack of somebody going to town on the piano. Sorry, on the Casio.
This music isn't anything great anyway. Gameplay-wise, this looks closer to the those Famicom bootlegs of Mortal Kombat than
Yeah.
the previous Mortal Kombat ports.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Theater of Magic is great.
Oh, right, sorry. I tried to block holding back like a normal person, but I forgot there's a block button. I have only 2 buttons of this controller.
One of them's a block button.
No, it's like you have to hold both of them plus back, I think, to block.
Oh no.
No.
No, you hold both of them to block, okay, so there's no running in this one, probably.
Like how the blood hangs in the air. It floats like it has helium in it.
I think like everything in this floats.
Oh, I'm hearing snippets of the music. It's not good.
It's really bad. Reminds me of a bootleg game, honestly.
Yeah, it really has that bootleg quality to it. It's kind of impressive.
Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna give this one more go.
It's not surprising you can't beat the first character. Like, all these ports, good or bad, they're always impossible. It's like how Game Boy Mortal Kombat will just kick your ass, regardless.
It's just like, yeah, it's just impossible to play.
Oh, that's fair. I guess the Mortal Kombat bootlegs did have music. I shouldn't defame Hummer like that.
My
Yeah,
favorite,
that's debatable.
my favorite Mortal Kombat bootlegs were the ones that have like 50 characters, but it's just like cycling portraits.
Yes. One of the titles for those is Special 56 People's Edition,
I remember that.
which is one of my favorite titles for a bootleg. Oh, I think you found how to beat Kano.
Nope, he learned how to block.
No, he
No.
he got you downloaded.
My favorite Mortal Kombat awareness moment, I guess I'm gonna call them that, is when in Balcom in the Middle, somebody had this obnoxious lie that the dad believed, and then the brother was like, "How can you believe him that, but you didn't believe me about Mortal Kombat?" And the dad just like looks him straight in the eye and says, "That's because it's impossible to beat Sub-Zero."
That's good.
God, it's so difficult to play. Like, I play so many fighting games, and this is not like Zero Agency.
Yeah, like the moves just kind of come out when they feel like it looks like. It's no Samurai Showdown. Though, I don't know, maybe they should re-release this, get a scene around it.
Yeah.
Master System MK3.
The Master System Edition. Okay, I think, like, yeah, that's enough. Nobody should be subjected to this.
That looked completely impossible. It was bad and also impossible.
I feel like I should start speedrunning that game. I'd be the only one.
You
Yep,
should.
free world record,
Exactly.
assuming you can actually finish it.
Okay, well, I am not even gonna ask whether anybody could believe you own Mortal Kombat 3 based on that. That's like, what, 8 characters?
Yeah, they're gonna keep asking like, oh, I love like, yeah, me too. I love that striker. And you're just like, oh,
You wouldn't be able to relate to anyone on
Yeah.
a striker. So what's even the point? What is the point?
I love how like universally nobody likes Striker like everywhere, because I remember back in the day, like in Serbia, nobody liked Striker either. They were just like he's trash, like been boring.
Oh,
I'm so glad that's a
Oh.
universal.
that makes me so
That's great.
happy. All of-
Except for random commenters on YouTube.
Oh yeah, anyone who comments on Kombat 3, like all Striker, there's like a Striker fan convention
Yeah.
in the comments of our YouTube video about Mortal Kombat 3.
So he's like, Striker was the shit. What are you thinking?
I mean,
Dude, Striker a dud? Get out of here.
they tried really hard to make Striker cool for the Mortal Kombat reboot, like Mortal Kombat 9. And they even had like a special trailer just for Striker where they made him this like badass 90s cop main character. And he's only the only character in the game whose win pose is an actual fatality. Like he actually kills people when he just default wins.
He just straight shoots his gun.
People in the chat point out it's possible to love Striker while admitting that he sucks. Yeah, I kind of like how much he sucks. So that's the thing I like about him. Oh boy.
He seems like a bike cop.
Yeah, let's bring it back to bike cops. Put
Yeah.
Striker on a bike. That's the new Mortal Kombat.
Oh man, I'd play that. Like a BMX like Tony Hawk style game, but it's Striker.
Mm-hmm. And you have a gun.
Have a gun for
Shoot Striker.
just incorporate gun in your tricks. Anyway, I'll wrap it up here. In case people don't know, RetroPals, where can folks find you?
You can go to retropals.club to find links to all the stuff we do. We stream old and weird video games. We are RetroPals here. We're also on YouTube, where we make gaming history videos about the original PlayStation and N64, that generation. Things
It's
like
good.
that. Yeah, that sums it up.
Well, if you all enjoyed the show, you can follow the channel and have your little own persona that you can dress up. There's also a Discord where people can hang out. Next stream is tomorrow, where I'll be trying to wrap up Ricky and Vicky with my buddy Torpid. There's like a Commodore style platformer game that released recently. It's pretty neat. And yeah, later I'll be hopefully on the Arcade Pit in a few hours, which is like a stream gaming show where you compete at games and be bad at them. So you can also do it on there on twitch.tv/smite. Anyway, that's
cool.
it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you, RetroPals, for joining on this horrible Master System adventure. I'm sure.
A second late. You would have fit nicely into a sandwich.
Thank you for the chair, Dr. Boogaloo. But yeah, we will probably do Master System again sometime, one day, and I'll find maybe good games instead of all these terrible ones.
Good. I'd be very interested in coming back. Thanks
yeah.
for having us. This was a very educational stream for me.
Oh yeah, I learned a lot about these games, so thank you.
Anyway, good night, chat. Good night, stream.
See ya.
See ya.